Today, on our Ask the Expert LinkedIn Live, I'm joined by DFS Business Development Managers Jost Janssen and Simon Kushnig as we answer all your connected forecourt questions. Hi, Simon, Jost, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, thanks for the invitation.
Now, we do have quite a few questions to go through, but before I start, I wanted to let our audience know that if they post a question in the chat, we'll respond to you directly afterwards if we don't have time during our live session. So let's get started with the first question. What is a connected forecourt?
Well, simply put, a connected forecourt is a service station that is future ready and integrates digital technology across all its operations. In other words, a forecourt equipped with the fuel dispensers, dynamic price signs, a video system or CCTV, I would call it, secure payment terminals and payment solutions. They are all fully integrated and built to optimize the sales. So this differs from a forecourt where all the products and services are only available and installed without interaction between them. Because of technological advancements and changes in consumer behavior within the fuel industry, the forecourts of today need to look beyond investing in products and solutions that only perform well on their own, and instead create a forecourt equipped with products and solutions that work well with each other. So, and in this way, it becomes more connected, as we say.
Yeah, of course. And so just touching on that, what would a connected forecourt look like?
Maybe I can jump in here. Just what Jost mentioned already, especially this business for the filling stations, for the oil companies and station operators. This is changing because the drivers, they don't come only to fill up petrol or diesel. They really want a service hub, let's say, so mobility hub, where they go to the shop to buy a drink, where they can use different fuels, for example, charge an electric vehicle or fill up petrol, diesel. But they also want to use the toilet, maybe, want to use internet services, then of course also car wash. And so if you ask how it looks like, the station has all different offerings, and this is what we say, they must be connected to have the perfect experience for the drivers, that they like to come to your station and that you have your increased revenue there.
Yeah, almost like it sounds like a connected forecourt amplifies that customer journey and really makes it satisfactory for each and every customer that comes on site.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, for the customer, but it also allows the retailers to take control of all the equipment at the site, and it gives a better consumer experience in the end. So it's benefiting both.
Yeah, twofold benefits. That's what we like to hear. So how can someone transition their existing fuel site to become a connected one?
I think the operator of the station or the oil company first needs to consider what services do I want to add, what do I have at the moment. Of course, screen the market or talk to Dover what solutions are available at all. And then I would start with the layout of the station, because again, we think in the view of the consumer, but also of the retailer, so that we say that station design must be convenient, easy to use, and just to add one service option after the other. So I go there, I stop to fill up petrol, and when I leave the forecourt or when I drive off, there is the option to turn right to the car wash. This makes it convenient for me to use it. And then also, the shop placed on a good position so that I like to pay inside. And then there's one example that I always like to mention here, is really the power of media. Like in our Dover dispensers, we offer the D-media solution. So really at the dispenser where you fill diesel or petrol, you have the screen on top. This is always when you plug in the nozzle, you look at the screen, you look at the number, at the price, and just in the same area, suddenly you see the advertisement for a coffee. So I did come there only to fill up, but I see this nice coffee on the screen and I think, okay, now I should get one. And then I need the shop close by that I just enter, and I say, okay, I pay my petrol, but please also give me a coffee. Maybe I add a snack as well. And this is one example, how this connection between the systems enables to increase sales for the station, and
Yeah,
at the same time increases the convenience for the drivers.
exactly. And I imagine it increases the ability for fuel retailers to capitalize on their customers coming in store and increase their satisfaction. As they say, data is gold these days. That's very important.
Correct, yeah.
Just is creating a connected forecourt complicated?
Um, I know creating a connected forecourt can sound complex, but it's not complicated or difficult. Even the most basic forecourt equipment has connectivity capabilities. It comes down to what retailers want to do with their service station and equipment, and what level of investment or capex spend they are willing to do. So connectivity and digitalization of a forecourt has a serious potential to create operational efficiencies, improve retailer knowledge of consumer needs, and ultimately also to save the cost long term. So personally, I believe that the return on investment is there that comes with spending budget on forecourt connectivity.
Of course. And then, Simon, how can a connected forecourt benefit fuel retailers?
Yeah, just to put it easy, I would say 3 points. One is definitely to increase the revenue by selling additional services. Then I improve the operational efficiency, of course. So that means reducing my costs. Yeah, and the third point is to consider these aspects of sustainability and safety, um, to really have the station safe for the drivers, for the operators, but also for the environment. So yeah, this is simply put. Um, yeah, what else? I mean, important is always to have the up-to-date data in real time. So when you have all the equipment connected, you have the cloud access to your station. So I can check all the parameters from the head office, from the cloud, or even if I'm on the way with the laptop and connect to the internet, I can check how are the sales going at the station. Is the cash register, payment system, does everything work fine? What is the sale at the dispenser, at the pump? How many car wash was used today? An example on this data integration. Yeah, but also for the safety aspect, I can connect the surveillance system. Yeah, or this example, when I see a malfunction at the station, the alarm pops up in the head office at the service company. So I directly send the technician there with the right spare part. In worst case, I can turn an equipment down that nothing happens. So these are examples here of the benefits for the retailers.
Clearly, some really strong benefits for fuel retailers, but I'm also curious to know what are the benefits for customers. So, yes, does connectivity at a fuel site benefit customers, and if so, how?
Yes, it does as well. Um, it can meet or actually even exceed customer expectations of convenience and innovations. For example, the ability to accept various payments methods like cash, which you see in certain countries, fleet cards, bank cards, or more recently, even mobile payments for all the dispensers, but also the shop purchases, but also with the increase of EV vehicles, EV charge transactions enable drivers to more efficiently perform the process and quickly move on with their journey. Um, Besides having and analyzing customer transaction data, you can better tailor the loyalty programs that you have for the sites to the specific wishes of your visitors. For example, if you know a certain customer likes a certain sandwich because he or she ordered it before, um, but also knowing that, for example, he or she is a vegetarian, you can really tailor your loyalty offerings, making your visitors of your forecourt feel more appreciated and more special. Thirdly, comes with the avoidance of station outage. Simon also touched upon it a little already. But if you can actively monitor your dispenser diagnostics from a site perspective, the system can send you push notifications when a certain preventive maintenance intervention is required. but also in case of an outage of the dispenser, indeed, you can instantly receive a push. It can be sent across to the technical department of the company. By doing this, you can dispatch a mechanic instantly to the location if there is a dispenser or a site out, to fix the problem, and avoiding that the next customer or vehicle driver visits a site that is not working or out of order. So this this all comes with benefits for the users, and hence also maximizing site revenue for the owner of the site.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like by making a forecourt more connected, in turn it makes you more efficient and in control of your operations, while also enhancing that satisfaction and customer expectations as well.
Yeah.
So we've mentioned this before, but what does the term 360 connection mean?
360, yeah, that's really, if you consider 360 degrees forecourt. So I imagine standing in the middle of the station, and I look out to the front. Here are the fuel pumps. I turn around, I see the car wash, electric vehicle chargers maybe at the back, but then the complete shop inside the station, back office system, then the underground tanks connected with the ATGs, so tank gauging system. Of course, the payment system, important integration. Yeah, that's what I mean. When I'm standing in the middle of the station, 360 degrees around me, everything is connected to the same system with the same reliable protocols, that everything works always for the driver, for the operator. Yeah, that's my understanding of the 360 degrees connection.
Yeah.
Then also, yeah, because we talked about EV at the moment, but we know the market is developing. There are also other fuels that are demanded or necessary to be offered in some of the stations. Yeah, and we from Dover, we also offer a CNG, compressed natural gas, LNG, liquefied natural gas stations, also the hydrogen dispenser, LPG, and the EV chargers. So also in this perspective, we have all the equipment for all the different fuels connected to the same system in the same manner, and also from this perspective, 360 degrees around me, everything connected.
Yeah, I think that's a really important statement that you just made there, in terms of 360 connection does not just mean conventional fuels and what you would consider currently on a service station. It also includes your clean energies like your CNG, LNG, LPG, and hydrogen. So I think that's something really important that retailers should consider, that you might not have those clean fuels yet, but that doesn't mean that they can't be connected when you do look to make that investment. So that's actually quite important. We also touched on this a little earlier, but will connectivity help me gather customer and site data? And if so, how?
Yeah, what I explained earlier, this connection all to the same system, but it's not just local at the station. It's also connected in a safe way to the head office, to a centralized system, and can even be accessed via the cloud. That means I'm collecting data from the fuel tank. How much fuel is left? When do I need to order the next shipment to the station? I collect the data from the shop. How many cans of soda I still have? How many sandwiches are still there? At the same time, the coffee machine can be connected. The toilet system can be connected. Also the car wash. So I have all this data bundled in one place, and I really have the secure access to it for the person who is responsible for it. Can be sitting in the head office, can be working from home, or the manager is just on the road. He or she can stop, connect with the laptop, and access the data.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another example is the payment systems and the cash reports from the cash register. Important data that is mandatory to be stored and to be kept. So this is all there, easy to access for the right people, easy to find if you're looking for something specific. And with this, definitely a huge benefit for the station operators for the retailers.
Yeah, I think that remote access and that centralized control is really important when it comes to data, because it doesn't have to be at site level. It can be bigger than that, and it gives network owners that complete coverage of all their sites to see what's going on, because one site is dramatically different from another, I imagine, and it allows them to tailor their offering as well.
Good point, yeah, because when you access the data, of course, you always have the availability or the possibility to choose. Do I want to see my complete network across several countries? Do I want to have the data summarized for one country? Do I want to have this area, or do I really want to go into this single station? Do I want to go into this single day for the receipt? And do I want to have exactly the receipt for this one transaction that somebody requested? So this is really a powerful tool, I would say, and saves a lot of time and effort that you don't have to send people to the station to go through the paper receipts, for example.
Exactly. That's a very good point.
I think we touched on this a little bit already, but Jost, would you mind expanding a bit on, clean energy and EV charging? Does a connected forecourt apply to clean energy and EV charging?
Yes, it does, and it even applies even more there as we see global sales of EVs increase and a growing number of consumers look for charging stations. It is important from a service owner perspective to evaluate where your fuels are offering appropriate services and the sites for customers who have an additional 30 minutes to spend on your forecourt while charging their vehicles. I'm an EV driver myself, and with an EV, you look out to facilities such as a sitting area where you can buy coffee or a sandwich, Wi-Fi, and restrooms. And by offering these facilities or other means of entertainment for these customers, you give a sign that you have to consider the needs of these drivers. And just like with conventional fuel dispensers, you can monitor charger availability, manage energy loads, and integrate with, for example, mobile apps for a better user experience for these type of new customers.
And what should fuel retailers look to do if they want to start turning their site?
I can take this. So, as stated before, connecting a forecourt is not overly complicated. The key is choosing scalable and modular technology. And it's really about aligning your site needs with a roadmap. Start small, prove the value, and then you can gradually expand. So with the right partners and a step-by-step approach, this is manageable. And a step-by-step approach within Dover Fueling Solutions, we see this as stage one, which is the investigation. So the success of a connected forecourt ultimately depends on the data, the real-time data exchange between various pieces of systems, and also the technologies on the site. So this starts with investigating consumer needs and expectations and aligning these with the commercial expectations of the market. So we touched on clean energies and EV before, but also, for example, do they want digital payments or media screens in the dispensers? So once you have this evaluation done, you can determine the level of investment required and select the right equipment to build a connected forecourt. And obviously, at Dover Fueling Solutions, together with our channel partners, we are more than happy to support you in this stage. The second stage we call connecting fundamentals. So retailers need to look at the core operations of the site, like white stock management, engaging, dispensers, but also payments. And so ensuring all these fundamentals are connected and can communicate with each other. That's the starting point. And they provide retailers with a comprehensive overview, eventually, of their entire forecourt operation. So this level of connectivity enables retailers to stay in control of their service stations at all time. This can be physically done on site, but also remotely from your computer at, for example, your headquarters. And the last stage is introducing additional services. So when you have your base ready, And as the energy needs slowly transition, what we touched already, decarbonization goals, for example, service stations should have the opportunity to diversify eventually. And this allows the retailers to ensure that service stations remain relevant to consumers who no longer fill up with the more conventional fuels that we're used to, like diesel or LPG or petrol. But service station owners must think ahead and how they can integrate these new energy types into the existing forecourt structure. Now, our Prisma ecosystem, which already is deployed at more than 20,000 stations across 95 countries in the EMEA area, is really designed to grow as you go. So you can invest in it now without any worries. And if there are new developments popping up in the market, we can easily adapt to the demands of tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's a really valuable point that you made there, Jost, in terms of these connected solutions are not a one size fits all, and they are not a quick fix. They are something that grow or are intended to grow with your fuel retail business, whether that means that you move into different equipment or payment systems, or if you're looking to completely revamp. And I think that's really important, that connectivity, although important, has to be at the right level. It has to be right for your site, and it has to be right for your business objectives. And that's something which you mentioned, if you have the right partners and the right technology, that's going to stand the test of time for those fuel retailers who are making those small incremental investments now.
Absolutely.
So that's all we have time for during our LinkedIn Live today. So thank you, Simon and Jost, for your time today. And for any questions that we missed through the chat, we will aim to get back to you directly. And hopefully you'll join us on our next Ask the Expert session. So thank you very much for joining us, and we will speak to you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having us.